What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a fairly short video in that I am going to kind of give a long-term tour review of the iPhone 13 Pro, mainly because the iPhone 15 is ready to come out, and I kind of wanted to say who that may be for, may not be for. I've had this phone for about 2 years now. My wife has the iPhone 12 NonPro that she's had for about 3 years, and I kind of wanted to go through of who may want to upgrade, may not upgrade, because those new iPhone 15s will be announced next week. I think it's on Tuesday. So this I actually bought with Apple Care, and I've had the screen replaced twice already, mainly because it was cracked. But overall, it is still hold up pretty well, has pretty good battery life. I think the battery percent for the life of it is, so we're still sitting at 88. I believe it's been 88 for a while, but we're still at 88, so it still performs really well. It's really fast, snappy. The battery doesn't last quite as long as it used to, but it lasts long enough. So I don't take a lot of photos on this. I have a regular camera to do that. I don't think any phone takes very good photos unless you're in like ideal lighting scenarios. But I think if you still have an iPhone 13 Pro, I would probably not upgrade unless you're someone like me. That one thing I do not like about this phone is still has a lightning port, and the new ones are supposed to have USB-C, and that is actually something that is probably a deal breaker for me because our iPads are USB-C, my wife's laptop is USB-C for charging. I just think it's a better solution if you don't want to mix and match things for your charging, or both for headphones. Well, hers are not USB-C because they're the original AirPods, but mine are USB-C, so camera charges through USB-C if you want. So everything's kind of USB-C in our world. So that's probably the only reason I would upgrade, is if you're really wanting that USB-C lifestyle. I don't really think the smaller bezels or the smaller tweak in design, I don't have the dynamic island, the 14s do, but I don't really think you need that currently. It's a useful, kind of cool feature, but not anything that's necessary. So I think if you have a 13 Pro, I would still hold on to that and probably wait until it dies, honestly. We're into saving money right now, so I'm going to keep this phone until it dies, and then I'll get whatever phone I decide to go from there. I tend to switch between iPhones and Pixel phones, Android phones pretty frequently. But my wife has the iPhone 12, regular one, who is very slow, laggy. She still has very good battery life, but I think that phone's ready to get upgraded, so we'll probably upgrade hers. She doesn't care about the Pro features like the 120 hertz refresh rate screen or any of that jazz, so we will probably upgrade her. So I think if you have a 12 or below, it may be time to start thinking about, especially if you're noticing any performance issues or it's starting to run a little slow. I used her phone for like 30 minutes one day just to, essentially I was just building a Kroger, adding stuff to our Kroger shopping list for home delivery, and it was pretty slow compared to the 13 Pro. The 13 Pro I still think has a lot of legs on it. The battery, I got the screen replaced like 2 weeks ago, so it still looks pretty new. But my Apple Care is running out, so if you want USB-C or if you have Apple Care that's running out and you really need it, I would probably upgrade. But other than that, if you have a 13 Pro or 14 Pro, especially the Pro models, I don't think you need to upgrade. The camera technology on these things, I think, came as far as it's going to go. Unless you're getting into like a full frame mirrorless or DSLR camera, you're really not, I don't think, getting very good photos. It takes good photos, but it doesn't take anything like a full frame camera will. So that's it. That's just my general. I've been really happy with this phone. It's held up very well. Besides the screen is very scratch. Well, I don't use a case, and I'm pretty hard on my phone, so as you can see, the lens has scratches on it, the side bezels have scratches, so I'm not the easiest on my phone, but I plan on keeping it for a little while and not upgrading, mainly because we're trying to save money, and spending $1,100, $1,200 on a phone seems a little bit unnecessary. And I've from what I've heard, the prices are going to jump because they're going to do like a higher storage, so it'll start at 256 gigabytes instead of 128. So I think everything's going up $100. So if you're wanting to save money, you have 13 Pro, just keep it. You honestly don't need to upgrade. So that's it. Been happy with this phone. I'm not going to go into everything else about it, but it is still working. Besides a little bit of degrade in battery, it still works the same as it always did. The little scratch on one of these camera lenses doesn't even show because I don't use the zoom. I think this top one has a scratch on it. I think that's like the telephoto one that I don't ever use. So that's it. If you have any comments, questions, leave them below. Hopefully this will be useful for someone. If not, that's fine. And I'll see you guys next time.